All right, you can hear the sizzle, and we started these crab cakes earlier this morning, about 15 minutes ago. I've been letting the dough, the batter, actually sit for about 15 minutes and chill, and now we're
ready
cooking
to cook
our crab cakes. Now, these are actually made with a variation of meat, though.
Yes, we use chicken for these. We want to make sure that we can showcase how versatile this recipe is. So we're gonna just we're using chicken just to kind of show that. So what I've done is it's set for about 15 minutes, and you can see all the beautiful color inside of that crab cake. So you know you've got your flavors are dispersed inside very well. And there you go. So that you can kind of experience everything that goes along with them. Anna has two in the skillet already, just a little hot skillet with a little bit of oil in them. And she's getting a nice golden brown on the outside of them. And then...
About how long is it going to take to cook them? And I'm assuming you're kind of on a medium heat?
We're on a medium-high heat, and it's going to take just a few minutes for them to cook. They cook really quick. And it depends, cooking time depends on how thick you make them. So, and I always like to...
Ooh, that was good.
I always like to make them just a little thin so that you can eat them fast. And you can sit and crank them out for the family, because once you start cooking them, the family's going to want to eat them. So.
Anna, have you ever ate anything like this before?
I don't think so. I learned all kinds of new things in culinary club.
Yeah, you guys experiment with different ingredients and different recipes and.
Well, they're also going through officer interviews right now. So each person who's applying for an officer position has to do a project. So senior officers have different projects that they're working on, and some are wanting to work on social media, and some are wanting to work on special projects. Last night, everything was organized by two club members, and they made an apple pie pasta. And they used Granny Smith apples to make an apple velouté to go over the top of it, and it was so good.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Oh, you guys had a big fundraiser last Saturday at Panda Express. How did that go?
We did really well. We raised about $1,400.
Wow, that's good.
So it went very nice. The kids were out, they had fun. A couple of my theater students were dressed up as our club mascot, which is an inflatable chicken. And of course our school mascot, the dragon. And we're out there dancing on the side of the road and having a good old time. It was well worth it. We always have fun when we do events.
Okay. So you guys are raising money to go on your big trip to Italy in 2 summers. So how many students do you have signed up for that so far?
My goal is 21, and we are currently sitting at 16.
Wow. And that's some students, some adults, or just so you can bring your parents if you want.
Yes, of course. Some students want to do it. Some families are wanting to do it as a bonding experience, and some are just wanting to go to get away.
Yeah.
So, look at those beautiful.
Okay, which one? This one was one of the earlier ones, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and try that one because it's hopefully cooled a little bit. Try that before we go to break. And remember, you can find this recipe with all those ingredients on our website later this morning at KOAMnewsnow.com. Trying out my crab cake.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Simple, easy to do, and you can crank these out for the whole family. If you just get a spur of the moment that you want to cook something, this is the recipe to do it with.
Oh, you put a lot of spice in that. I can taste that.
Not very much.
I can taste the pepper.
It's the lemon. The lemon helps enhance all that wonderful goodness. So we'll talk about that on another episode.
Okay. Any thoughts on what you guys are going to do next week?
I'm thinking let's take a trip to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, possibly.
A little late, but sure. I love Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras lasts all month.
We'll talk about that. We'll be right back after these messages.